Okay, here's the story. This mole has been working. All of a sudden he was out here, and this is what he did along the sidewalk. You can see the really big area, big mound that he excavated. It's almost like he's got a home under there. He actually went over, this morning I tamped down all the trail. He went all the way over to the street, way over here. He went over to about here, and I see he's come back through, and here's a run here, it's pushed up again. He's probably gone all the way down there, then up through the yard, and over to where you see the sidewalk. It connects. It's a Y right in front of Bellish and Henderson's condo. So I'm going to have to go check and tamp that all down. When I did that this morning, and then I went out to the pool house and got the trap, the mole trap, and I set it right here, and I put that flag on it so I could easily see whether it had been tripped or not. And it has been tripped, and before I started digging it, what I did was I came out and I stomped it the rest of the way down into the ground. It was still up about 1.5 inches or 1 inch, the spikes, and so I stamped it the rest of the way down to the ground. What I'm going to do now is with the shovel is dig about 6 inches in all directions around the trap and dig the entire, go down about 6 or 7 inches as far as I can with a spade, and dig the whole trap and everything, and hopefully he'll be impaled on the end of it. If not, he spared his life just by split seconds and inches, I'm sure milliseconds. Now, there's a root right here, so I can't do anything. And he's going right along the edge of that root, so what I'm going to do is dig down right here as close as I can to that root. I'm going to have to go over it a little bit, hitting the root. Boy, might be on a root down there too. How he can get through this ground with such ease, I don't know. Okay, that's pretty well down there. I just want to take this little flag off. That's not going to help anything. Should be a little easier. That going down here, yeah, it is. God, after all this work, I hope I got him. He's just causing havoc. He and there's another one I think up on the other end of the complex, and it's just horrible what happened. He's made mounds like the one you saw that I showed you, and he's made, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them. Why could, if you didn't have a pointed spade like this, you couldn't get through this ground, I'm telling you. I'm going to take this whole chunk out. I don't want to break the handle on my shovel, though. Okay. Go as close to the root on this side as I can. I think I'm close. Must be a root down there. There's a root right over here on the side. That's what's causing that thing. Maybe I can get it up from this side. All I gotta do is just tilt it over.
Well, as you can see, I didn't say anything while I was digging, or finishing digging the hole. What I'm doing is there's two parts, and I'm making a single video out of it. I'm actually got the two videos loaded onto my computer, and what you're watching is a recording of a recording. So that's me. It's me talking in the background, over talking the video itself. The mole was not there, and very shortly here, I'll be ending this, and then I'll switch over to the other video. I think I'm walking away now, rather disgusted, or soon I will be, and I'm going to Plan B, and Plan B is going back to Rural King and getting some sort of a killer. And what happens is I find some gas. They look like firecrackers. You put a fuse in them, you light them, you put them in the hole, cover the hole, and gas then supposedly goes throughout his tunnels and kills the mole instantly. So I'll end this video. I'll stop the. I'm going to let my camera here continue to record, but I'm going to stop showing this video and switch to the second one, where I'm putting, I'm digging a hole in the ground and actually putting one of these killing, now you'll see. Okay, I'm stopping this, starting the next one, and this is it. Okay, this is the start of the second one. I'll let it go all the way to the end, and then I'll stop this video.
Got away from my mole trap, so now we're going to try something a little bit different. It's called the Giant Destroyer, the Super Gasser. Guess you can see that. Kills moles and gophers, woodchucks, Norway rats, skunks, and ground squirrels. The effective gas killer. Kills quickly moles, gophers, and ground squirrels in their holes, tunnels, and burrows. And this is what it looks like. Looks like a giant firecracker. What you do is, it's got the fuse, got a little hole here in the product, and you stick the fuse in. It's like a fuse to a cherry bomb. And what I'm going to do here is his run. I got my lighter, which I'm going to light it with. I'm going to lay that down, and his run is right in here. I can see it. And this is where I stomped it down this morning, and he came from way over the tree where I was actually where I dug the mole trap out a while ago. So what I'm going to do is dig a hole down, dig a hole, get get my fingers, clear the hole out. I'm going to have big. It'll be big enough that I can lay that right in the run, and I'll light it, and I'm going to cover it with this board, as opposed to covering it with soil, because I don't want to put the fuse out. So I'm going to dig down. Much the same as I dug out the trap before. Just going to dig a hole here about the size of a football. Get the dirt out of the ground. Make sure that the hole is open on both ends, and then I'll light the product, the gas killer thing, lay it in the hole, light it and lay it in the hole, and then cover it with the board. So now all I'm doing is we'll excavate, try to find the hole. I don't know how deep it is. Oh, right here it is. Yeah, I can stick my finger right in there. God, I'd like to run a camera all the way up there, and then it's going to be right here on this side too. Actually, the shovel pushed it down. Got to get it open. I want that gas to go all the way up. Okay, that's completely open. Perfect. Even go pull up a little bit to make sure it's open. Really good. Oh yeah. Well, Mr. Mole, I'm sorry to say, but if you're in this run, your time has come. Okay, here we go. What I'm going to do, let's see, the board, I'm going to have to pull this up a little bit because I don't want the board to push it back down. So I'll make it just wide enough so that the board fits in there. Pull this up a little bit on this side. Make sure it doesn't cave down. I want that opening clear. I think I'll just, yeah, that'll be good. I like that. Now I don't want it too big or the gas will escape. Forgot about that. Okay, I'm going to rip some of this sod off. I really need a knife, big knife to kind of cut it, but this will work. What I'll do, once I get the board over there lit and the board over, I'll push this thing down on it, and then I'll throw some dirt all the way around the edges to kind of seal it up. That's how it's going to work best. Okay. Let's get that out of here. Okay. We are ready to kill a mole. I won't be sorry. He has been causing havoc. He's got a brother up on the other end of the complex. And boy, has really been causing a problem up there. And I don't know if it's the same one or not. I don't think so. Fuse is lit. Oh my God, it's putting out. Oh, is it ever putting gas out? I gotta go get a shovel full of dirt. Oh my gosh. I gotta get a shovel full of dirt. Throw on there real quick. Okay, I'm I'm looking around the yard, see if there's any gas coming up. I don't see any. I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave this as it is until, well, maybe for a couple of days. And then I'll come out. Let's see, I'll come out Monday, weather permitting, and stomp these runs down again. And then we'll see if he starts working those same runs again on Tuesday or Wednesday. If no activity, at least by Thursday or next Friday, I would say that this has killed him. And if this doesn't take care of it, then I've got 3 more, and he's going to get every damn one of them if that's what it takes. Okay, that concludes this episode of killing a dang-gone mole. First way didn't work. Hopefully this does. Okay, I'm going to shut the video off. I actually had the first part of the video was digging up the trap and not finding anything, and now this. And once I get the result, I'll put out I'm going to create one video out of these 2 that I've taken today, and then I'm going to post that to YouTube. And then when I get the final result, well, I'll post something so that if you happen to see this video and you become interested in it, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'll come out, and if nothing else, I'll just take a video of this entire complex and just tell you that it seems like that this product, the Giant Destroyer, actually got him. So if you have hopefully that's going to be the story. And then also, if you've got a mold problem in your yard, I can either attest to this product, or I'm not going to say it doesn't work with just one dose of this. I mean, I'll give it a few tries, and I'll keep you posted with a YouTube video along the way. Okay, I'm not going to leave you hanging. This is John Vinson. I live in Columbus, Indiana, and I've got a bunch of videos out there, mainly about my experiences in the Bartholomew County Remote Radio Control Flyers Club. It's a local organization. When I joined 3 years ago, we had 40 members. Now we got 75 or 76, and a lot of my videos are about taking it from with a camera on a Fly Zone Calypso powered glider, and I've taken it up, like I get it up about 200 or 300 feet. Get it up about 200 or 300 feet with the camera, and some of the shots are I've had the camera on the tail boom pointing straight back, some left on the same tail boom but pointed down right, also down left. So I've taken a number of videos out of the field, and also a couple of places around town, down at Millrace Park, and over at the Par 3 golf course.
I don't know why that stopped there.
And there's also videos out there about I acquired a Super Hawaiian speedboat, 36 inches long. I got it at we had a club swap meet October 18th, and I didn't really know that I even wanted a boat. But for the first time ever, there was an auction at the very end of the swap meet, about 12 o'clock, started I think 7 in the morning or 8, and at 12 o'clock they had this auction, and lo and behold, here's this bright orange, day-glow orange, 36-inch powerboat, Super Hawaiian. And it come to find out, this boat is about 20 years old. When it was originally purchased, it was like approximately $200, maybe a little bit more, I've been told. I haven't proven that for a fact, but I'm taking 2 or 3 guys' word for it. But anyhow, I bought it at swap meet for $30, which was some kind of a bargain. But since then, I've taken the brushed motors out of it, 2 of them. It's not a distributor, a resistor. It's a resistor, long metal, silverish metal, about this long, and a servo then makes an arm go back and forth, and depending upon where it's at on this resistor, that determines the amount of power that goes back to the 2 brushed motors. But anyhow, these 2 brushed motors, I put it in the water, and it was on one of the videos, I'm heard to say that, well, that's not very impressive at all. And that's exactly how I felt, because I could have walked faster. Anyhow, so what I did was I ripped out the 2 brushed motors, the resistor, the receiver, and also the ESC. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have an ESC. In that particular setup, the resistor became the ESC. The ESC is the electronic speed control, and all electric planes and any boat that has a brushless motor has an ESC. Anyhow, so I replaced the 2 brushed motors with a single brushless motor. I tested, put a prop on the shaft of each the old motors and the new motor. The old motors turned about 6,600 RPM, 65 to 6,600. When I tested this new brushless motor, it turned 21,000 RPM, like 3 times. I put it in the water. I put this boat in the water for the first time, and it absolutely screamed across the same place that it just barely creeped across before. So I've got 2 videos out there, and I think they're called My Super Hawaiian dash very slow, and maybe 1 of 2. And the next video is My Super Hawaiian dash very fast, and maybe 2 of 2. But anyhow, if you search for Super Hawaiian and look for my name as a provider of the YouTube, the video, my name is John Vinson, Vinson, Columbus, Indiana. Of course, that doesn't say Columbus, Indiana out there on it. But anyhow, if you get those 2 videos, you can see a fast and then a slow. It's quite impressive. And even at that, the fast video was with a 13-tooth pinion driving gear, and I now have a 16-tooth driving gear in it. I had a 19-tooth in it, but I stripped one of the other gears out because it was just overpowered. Not overpowered, but the gearing wasn't quite right. Stripped the gear, so I now have and it turned out that a 19-tooth, I had tested it. A buddy of mine helped me see how many amps it was drawing. Got a 45 amp ESC, and I was pulling about 39 to 40 amps continuously. Now the ESC is rated at 45 amps, so it should take that. And it's 45 amps with a 90 amp burst, and the burst means that you can go along at if you can say at half throttle, you're turning about 40 amps, and then at full throttle it goes up to 60 amps. Then that ESC will handle it, but for a burst, and a burst means a couple of seconds. So if you start turning more than 45 amps, you're going to burn the motor up and the ESC. Certainly the ESC, more than likely, the motor will go along with it. It gets so hot, and that's what happened to me. It was pulling too many amps, and so burned up the ESC and the motor. So that's been replaced now. The 19-tooth pinion gear is out. Got a 16 in. Haven't tested it yet. That's coming up. Well, I've got a new gear to replace the stripped one, but I've got to get it married up to the larger gear that it attaches to. So it's kind of a little project. But once I get that done, and we'll have it done certainly by Christmas when my grandsons are here, because I want to take them down to the pond and let them run the boat. Because I told them about it, and they both seemed very impressed. And really saying, wow, you really have one? And normally these are 2 kids who, like most teenagers today, first thing to do when they get home from school is to get on the video games. And that's what my grandsons do, and I'm trying to, with the remote control planes and boats and stuff, I'm trying to show them that there's other ways to entertain themselves other than just video games. So anyhow, that's a whole lot of information, but do look for this video. Well, you'll see this video about the moles, and I will, like I said, I will not leave you hanging. I'll put out another video with a similar name, and just look for it in the next month or so. Like if you see this video, then wait 3 or 4 weeks. Put a little note in your calendar. Wait about 3 or 4 weeks, and you'll find the answer. Okay. If you don't see one of my videos before Christmas and New Year's, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and also a Happy New Year, and that it be prosperous, and certainly the main thing is healthy, and that you're safe when you're out driving to Grandma's house. So anyhow, I'm going to turn the video off now. I'm going to turn it around here, and luckily it is still recording. So long.
Okay, that's the
Okay.
end of it, and I'm shutting this my camera off right now.
You got
The
away
video's
from my
actually
old
starting over again.
So now we're gonna
I'll
try
stop
something a little
that.
bit different.
Okay, so I am stopping this video and going to post it to YouTube. Hopefully you'll find it. And like I said on the end of the first video that I've just now recorded, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you down the road someplace. Good night.